In this video, I will talk about how can we create scatter plot in Matplotlib using Python. So I am on my VS Code, and these are the few lines of code which I have discussed in my previous videos also. So this line will go ahead and create some random numbers which are evenly distributed, and then using those numbers we are going to plot sine wave. And here O signifies the symbol and G is the color. So this is how currently the plot looks. So scatter plot is same like line plots, but it is not having the line in between, rather it has some disconnected dots here and there. So now what we are going to do next is we need to go and see how we can customize this plot, how we can change the width of these individual dots, how can we draw the line in between. All these things we are going to check today. So let's do first thing as, let's say I also want to show line behind my circles. So it would look something like this. Okay, let's start with our code. The very first thing we need to do is we need to change the size of the dots. So for that you have a property called marker size, which we can set it to, let's say, 20. And then if you want to set the line width also, if you want to increase or decrease the line width, then you can use that as a parameter here. And another thing I can show you is, let's say, the marker edge color, or let's first run it and see how it looks. So now you can see that when I change the marker size to 20, circles are increased to this big size, and the line width, which is the center line in between the circles, is also having the width of 7, which is quite bigger than the previous one. Now next experiment we will do is we will try to change the color of those green dots. So I would say marker edge color, and let's say I would say white. And another chain I would like to show is marker edge width. So these are the most popular ones when you are playing with charts. In fact, we can change C. So you can see that when I change the width, marker width, to 4, and the white boundary you can see, which is nothing but the edge color. So edge color I have set it to white. That's why you can see that some of the circles are trimmed. Okay, so let's remove this, and rather I would say marker face color. Marker face color, and I would prefer to go with orange here. Give it a few seconds, and you can see that now the circles turn to orange color, whereas the line is still green, because our main color we have set here is the green. So this is how you can change the visualization of your scatter plot. Now apart from this, till here we did everything using plt.plot, but there is another function named scatter, which is meant specifically for scatter plot. So let's check that how it works. So I would say plt.scatter, and inside that I would say x. We can go with the same function for our mapping, and I would say sine, which will take x, and we'll say marker as same circle. Okay, so I will comment out this, and then I will show you how it looks. So using scatter method also you can get the scatter plot. So this is how it looks. Now the primary difference between these both are, like, when you are dealing with scatter function, you can perform more customizations. So you can change the size, you can change face color, edge, any of this for the individual dots. So rather than everything controlled with one visualization, we can do different things for all of these. So for this, I would prefer to go and cover one advanced scenario here so that we can understand what actually we can do with scatter plot. So I will get rid of this and we'll try to generate random numbers. So for that I would say number generator ng is equal to numpy dot random, and here I would say random state. Inside this you can pass what dimension you want for your data. So I'm just going for one dimension, so here I'm saying 1, and for x values I'm saying ng dot, and let's go with just 5 values. I just want to plot 5 different values, and similarly I will make it for the y also. Now another thing is I want different colors to be set. So let's say colors, which is another variable for us, and here I would say the same random number. I want 5 different numbers for the colors also. And for size, I want all the circles to be of different size. So here size is in pixel, so I would say 50, or let's say 100 times the number. Okay, so whatever the random number is, we will take that and we'll multiply it by 100 so that we can see little bit bigger size than what the actual number is. And the last thing is we need to call our scatter. So scatter, which will take x and y parameters, then we will say what all colors we have. So here we have already defined the colors, then we can take sizes, and then we can also define, there are many parameters you can choose. I'm just going with bare minimum. So alpha is means how transparent you want your circles to be. So let's say 0.2 we will take. And then CMap, you can define what type of CMap you want. Either you can go with this rainbow or you can go with this. So let's stick to this. Okay, so let's run it and see how it looks. Okay, so you can see that. Let me increase the alpha values because circles are quite not visible. So I will rather make it to 7, as well as I will also show you the color bar. So for showing the color bar, it's just we need to call this function. Okay, so this is what we can see after putting the color bar, and the colors also you can see now it's a bit bright because I have increased the alpha value to the higher one, and it should be below 1 always. Okay, so in this way you can see that how we plotted the colors and different size. And this particular scenario is useful when you want to plot multi-dimension data, right? So if there are many data, let's change it to a bit more data. Let's say I want to plot 50 different things, and I will also increase the size of the circle. So you can see that how beautiful it looks. So based on your data, you can generate the numbers, you can play around the colors and the transparency. You can also decide whether you want to show this color bar or not. If I'm going with, let me show you with another color bar, which is just rainbow. So what all color bars are available, you can definitely have a look at the documentation. So this time we should see different colors. So these are the colors. Now when I took just rainbow, I have some rainbow type of colors, but when I took the another one with this, I was having different color combination altogether. So that's how you can play around and create your scatter charts more and more beautiful. Now when it comes on decision whether we should go for plot scatter or we should go for plot, in that case it depends. When you are having a huge data, it's always recommended to use plot function rather than scatter, because scatter works on many different things, and rather than imposing a single format, it uses different formats for all of the dots. So definitely it performs more processing. It requires more time to render all those dots. So whenever you are having huge data set, it's always recommended to go with plt.plot. Otherwise, you can go with scatter one. So I hope you enjoyed this short video, and thanks for watching.